Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Bianca, and today we are going to be doing my quarantine book haul. With things the way they've been, I've had a lot of time to read on my hands, so I have been buying a lot of books. The majority of these books are ones that I have either read as ebooks and like them so much that I wanted to get them in a physical copy, or they've been books that I've seen a lot of great things about and I wanted to get my hands on the books too. So this is only the first part of the haul. I have gotten a lot of books, so I needed to kind of cut it in half so the video wasn't too long. So this will only be the first half of quarantine, and then the next video will probably be the second half. So let's get started and see what I've got. So the first book I got was Hideaway by Nora Roberts. This follows a woman who used to be a child star, and then something tragic happened in her life, so she moved away from LA. When she's grown back up, she moves back and other things start to happen. The majority of Nora Roberts' books have all of Nora Roberts' books have romance in them, which is probably why I like them so much. I love romance books. I did get this copy from Target when it came out, and I have not read it yet, and I can't wait to get to it. The next book I got is a manga. Got it off Amazon. This is Sailor Moon by Naoko Takeuchi. I'm butchering that, I know. So I love Sailor Moon growing up. I wanted to get back into the comics. The art in these is amazing. This is the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal Edition. This is volume 1. I have not yet gotten another volume, but I have wanted to finish out this series. Next, I have The Tea Dragon Festival by Katie O'Neill. I love Katie O'Neill's graphic novels. The Tea Dragon Society is about people who make tea, and the tea is grown on little dragons. It is so cute. The art is beautiful. I got this one. I also got The Tea Dragon Society. The Tea Dragon Society came out first, and then the Tea Dragon Festival followed it, but time-wise, the Tea Dragon Festival actually precludes this one, I believe. Again, the art's amazing. I love Katie O'Neill's books, and I can't wait for her to let out more. The next book is coming out March of next year, I believe. I will leave the books linked down below if you want to look at them. The next two books I got at Target. The To All the Boys I Loved Before series. I only got the first two because for whatever reason, I got the covers that have the actress from the Netflix series on them as opposed to the original covers. I haven't read them yet. I wanted to get into them. They follow Laura Jean, who's written a letter to every guy she's had a crush on, and somehow those letters get mailed to these guys without her knowing. And so things set off in this book. They continue in this one. I have not yet read these, but they are definitely on my TBR to be read soon. I very much look forward to getting to these. The next book I got is Never Seduce a Scot by Maya Banks. This is the first book in the series following Evelyn and Graham Montgomery. And then we have the next book, which is Highlander Most Wanted, which follows Genevieve McInnes and Bowen Montgomery. So the third book is coming out soon, I believe. I have it pre-ordered. Both of these are good. I love this series. It's an adult romance. There are adult scenes in these books. So if you're interested in those, then these are definitely good books. I love Maya Banks. She's a great author. The next book I have is the Bromance Book Club by Lisa K. Adams. This is the first book in the Bromance series and follows Nashville legend second baseman Gavin Scott as he has troubles with his marriage, and to help him out, his friends who are part of the Bromance Book Club ask him to join to help him fix his marriage. The second book in the series, Undercover Bromance, follows Braden Mack as he interacts with sister-in-law, Gavin Scott, from the previous book. These books can be standalone, but they do follow a sequence story. So these are really good. I enjoyed them. I first read them on ebook, and then I had to get my hands on them. I do recommend these. The next book I got was The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. There's been a lot of mixed reviews about this book, but it follows a girl as she sets out to marry the king just so she can take his throne. I will say it's a good book. I liked it. I believe I gave it a solid 3 or 4 stars. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people don't like it, some do. If you are interested, the link will be down below. The next book I have is Thorn by Ishtar Kanani. This is a retelling of the story of Goose Girl. I really enjoyed this book. It is a young adult book. I could not put it down once I started reading it. It follows a princess who is being sent to another land to marry, and before she gets there, something happens that causes her to lose her identity. I love her journey through the book. She really comes into her own. It was an enjoyable read. The next book I have not yet read, and that is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This is definitely on my TBR. I've heard great things about it, and I cannot wait to read it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And we have Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I first read this on ebook, and I really enjoyed it, so I decided I would get the physical copy and continue the series that way. I really enjoyed the book when I read it, so I decided that I would get the whole trilogy and read them this way. So I read Shadow and Bones before I bought the book, and am now in the process of reading Siege and Storm, and I can't wait to finish the series. Next we have Serpent and Dove by Shelby Morin. I loved this book. I loved Reed and Lou's story and everything they go through, and I loved the enemies to lovers. The next book I got is an old one. I had a copy of this and I lost it. I don't know what I did with it, but I had to get another one. This is The Knight and the Dove by Lori Wick. This is actually a historical Christian romance, and I loved how strong the main character is. Her name is Megan of Swan. This follows Megan of Stone Lake as she is set to marry Bracken, a young knight in King Henry's court. This book is part of a series. This is the only book I've read. It's really the only book I was interested in, and I've really enjoyed it. I've read it multiple times, and I can't wait to pick it up again, honestly. Like I said, it is a Christian book, so if that's not something you're interested in, there's a lot of talk about religion, and I really enjoyed this book, and I do recommend it if it's something you're interested in. I can't tell you how much I love this book. The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman. This book follows Nina, who works in a bookstore, and out of the blue, she is visited by an attorney who tells her that her father has died, a father she has never met, and he left her a fortune. Now she's got family coming out of the woodwork, family that she does not want anything to do with because she enjoys her quiet life with her books. I identified with Nina so much. This book, I loved this book. I can't tell you how much. There is a romance in this. There is representation for those with anxiety. Nina does suffer from it, and it plays a huge part in her life, as anybody with anxiety can tell you. I definitely recommend this book. I read it within a day. I picked it up and I could not put it back down. The fun thing is it is a mixed media book. There are pictures of Nina's bullet journal and her schedule, and it's just so much fun to look through and to read. I definitely highly recommend. The next book I got is by one of my favorite authors. I have not yet read it. I don't know why I have not put my hands on it. I bought it looking so forward to it, but I just have not gotten to it. This is Desolation Road by Christina Feehan. I love all of Christina Feehan's books. She is an amazing romance writer. She writes both paranormal romance and contemporary, I believe, thrilling. This is a thrilling romance novel. I love her books. This book follows a biker gang, different members of biker gangs, as they come upon these women who they want to fit into their lives, who they want to love, or who they were fighting so they don't love. And I believe this is the second book in the series. I don't know where the first one is right now, but I'm gonna find it because I want to reread them and then pick this up. Again, I will put a link down below, but I can't wait to read this. A Tale of Magic by Chris Colfer. I used to watch Chris Colfer on Glee, and he has come such a long way, and he has made such a success. This is his second series, and I don't know what it's about, but I cannot wait to pick it up. I loved his first one, The Land of Magics, The Land of Stories, and I'm sure this will be just as good. This is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I do not think I have a bad thing to say about this book. Sorcery of Thorns follows This follows Elizabeth, who has grown up in a library, and one thing she's always known is that sorcerers are evil. And all of these books have personalities, and they can come to life, and they're dangerous. Some of them are really dangerous. And something happens that Elizabeth is blamed for, and she's kicked out of the library and sent to trial. And her only assistance lies with a sorcerer who has a demon sidekick. And I love Silius. Silius is the demon sidekick's name. I love him. He can turn into a cat. And that just made my day and made this book so much more interesting. Highly recommend. Another book that I loved, also by Margaret Rogerson, is An Enchantment of Ravens. This follows a girl named Isabel who has an amazing talent in art. She can paint wonderful portraits. They are so amazing that the Fae come to her to have their portraits painted. Now she paints this Autumn King, and something happens that makes him angry about the painting, so he comes to collect her. And as a result, she's taken into the fairy lands. It follows her journey through the fairy lands and all the drama. They fall in love. Margaret Rogerson is a wonderful author, and she did an amazing job with this book and Sorcery of Thorns. The next two books I have are Crown of Feathers and Heart of Flames by Nikki Proudpetta. I've heard amazing things about these books. I have not yet picked them up. All I really know is that they follow a girl who wants to ride phoenixes, and I mean, riding phoenixes, that's enough of a reason for me to read the book. So I can't wait to pick these up. Next, I have another book by Katie O'Neill. This is Aquacorn Cove, and it follows a little girl who has lost her mother, who goes to the beach to help clean up after a storm, and she discovers a little aquacorn, which is like a little sea unicorn. Another knockout by Katie O'Neill. She's an amazing author and illustrator, and I really enjoyed this book. The art is amazing, and I highly recommend her books. Next, I have a children's book, Sulwe by Lupita Nyong'o. As soon as I saw this cover, I knew I wanted it. The story is beautiful, and the illustration is amazing. It's illustrated by Vashti Harrison, and it is a beautiful story. It's about accepting yourself in your own skin and being happy with who you are, and just a beautiful story. I loved it. I would definitely recommend it. The next two books I have are the Check Please series. We have Check Please Book 1 and Check Please Book 2 by Ngozi Ukazu. I picked up these books because a lot of people on BookTube have recommended them. They were so cute, and the main character is a vlogger. He's a cook, he plays hockey, he did figure skating. No, I'm not going to show that one. It's in the shower. And he's also gay. I love the art in these books. I'm so glad I got these, and I really hope she writes more. So the next books I have are part of the Folk in the Air series by Holly Black. I got the complete trilogy, Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. I have only read The Cruel Prince. I loved it. I have The Wicked King on my TBR. They follow Jude, who is taken to live in Fairy by her older sister's father, who shows up at their house and kills their parents. She and her sister are human. She and her twin sister are human. The fairy do not like humans. They hate them. So her life has been filled with struggle and not being accepted for who she is. And she has been trying to fit in. And her biggest obstacle in that is Prince Carden, who, for whatever reason, has pretty much made it his life's mission to ostracize Jude. So I've heard a lot of great things about the series. I can't wait. This trilogy, I can't wait to pick up more of it, to pick up The Wicked King. And it is definitely next on my TBR. The final book I have is Act Like a Lady by Keltie Knight, Rebecca Tobin, and Jack Vanek. They are part of the Lady Gang. They have a podcast and a TV show on E! They're so funny. And this book is just about their experiences being a woman and being empowered, and they're hilarious. And I can't wait to pick this up. I have not yet. Oh, that's where my books coffee, my pen perfection bookmark went. Apparently, I was reading this and put it down and did not pick it back up. Again, I love the Lady Gang. I think they're funny. I definitely listen to their podcast, and I would definitely recommend picking up the book. That is the first half of my quarantine book haul. All of the books I've talked about I will put down in the description below, so you can check them out if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!